Alfred, where are you?
Hey everyone, it's Mark Skipper Mark, and today we are down at Black Point Marina in, I think it's South Miami. I'm not exactly sure because I'm from Connecticut, but we're here today filling in for Alfred Montaner. Actually, I'm just kidding about that. We're just visiting the area because we're thinking of relocating from Connecticut, and we wanted to see what's available. So I see a lot of videos from here, and I thought it'd be cool to come down and check it out. Right now we're on the Black Creek Trail, which is a paved trail that parallels the Black Creek. The boat ramp is just on the other side. The trail is about a mile long and continues onto the Black Point Jetty, which extends into Biscayne Bay and is a part of Biscayne National Park. Unfortunately, personal watercraft aren't allowed in national parks, so we'd have to find other places to use them if we lived here. I know they're invasive pests, but we got to see an iguana out in the wild, which was kind of cool. It's early Sunday morning and we didn't expect anyone to be here, but I think this is where most of the filming is done. The docks are visible on the other side of the creek, but the area is pretty overgrown and a lot less open than I imagined. I'm guessing it gets pretty buggy and hot here in the summer. It was cool to see where Alfred makes his videos, but now we're going to head over to the docks to see if we can find Fred or Wilma. Fred is a 14-foot American crocodile, and Wilma is his shorter girlfriend. They like to hang around the fish cleaning tables at the docks, but we didn't see anyone there when we came in, so I'm guessing we won't see them. Yeah, we didn't get to see the crocodiles, but we did get to see the duck that sometimes makes appearances in Alfred's videos. He was shy though and wouldn't turn around for us. Alfred always says to wait for it, but nothing exciting happened here today. No vehicles went bloop bloop bloop. Only a couple boats launched and they did it perfectly. No whiskey throttles happened, but we had a great time visiting here. And I just want to say thank you, Alfred, for your videos and for letting others know about this beautiful place. Again, I'll put a link to Alfred's channel in the description below, and if you're not already subscribed to it, please do so. He puts out amazing content and it's definitely worth watching. Our journey to Black Point Marina started early in the morning when we left my in-laws' house. We were heading to the Keys because we've never been there before, and we saw the exit for Black Point Marina and thought we'd go see what it was like. Along the way, we got off the highway and drove through Miami to see what that was like. I actually really liked it and thought it was very pretty. Totally different than New York or Boston, which are the cities that we most frequent. As we entered Key Largo and made our way over the bridge into Isle Morada, we loved seeing the change in watercolor. It was so beautiful. Nothing like what we have up in New England. As we drove along Route 1, we noticed that there was a Bass Pro Shops and we had to stop because we love visiting Bass Pro. Again, it was totally different than what we experience in New England. Someone always greets you at the door, but here, a gentleman came up to us, reached out and shook our hand and welcomed us to the store. It was so cool. One of the things I like about the Bass Pro Shops is that each store is themed to the area that they are in. That was really noticeable here with all the saltwater fish that were on the wall and all the saltwater gear that they had. We didn't have a ton of time to spend at each area we visited because we wanted to make this a one-day trip down to the Keys, but we did want to see some pretty areas, and one of the areas that we wanted to visit was Bahia Honda Key. This key is on the western side of the Keys, and it's probably about 2/3 of the way to Key West. We learned about this place from another YouTube channel, PS Adventures, which I'll link to below. They're a couple who makes great videos about cool places to visit in Florida. Definitely check out their channel because they have some amazing videos. We got to see crabs and sea grapes on the beach. There's campsites, dressing rooms, and showers so you can wash your feet when you're done for the day. They have this really cool old bridge that you can walk up onto, and you get this beautiful view from up above. When we went to the Thousand Islands in upstate New York and Canada a few months ago, I said that was some of the prettiest scenery we've ever seen. But when we got to this state park, it was even prettier to me. The water was this beautiful turquoise color, and the sand was so soft. The views with the palm trees and the vegetation along the beach were stunning. Overall, it's one of the prettiest places I've ever been. After leaving Bahia Honda, we got in the car and drove for about 30 miles toward Key West. As soon as we entered town, we started seeing all the chickens running around. I know people say they're a pain and a nuisance, like when you're eating, but it was really cool to see them. We didn't have any plans to do too much in the area, but we did want to see the southernmost point of the continental United States. The line was really long, so we just parked and then got pictures of everybody else in line. That was good enough for us. If you want to get a picture by a buoy and don't want to wait in the long line, you can go to the southernmost point bar, which is just down the street. They actually have a replica out front that you can get a picture by. After checking out the buoys, we walked around and admired the beautiful architecture in the area, and of course saw more chickens. And we looked at the local beach. I'm not a real big key lime pie lover, but I wanted to see what everyone raves about, so we went to the Moondog Cafe, which is considered to have some of the best in any of the keys. It was really good, but when we went to pay, it was over $11 per slice, which really surprised us. After driving around for a little while, we headed back toward home. We didn't get to totally see one of the beautiful Key West sunsets, but we did get to see a partial one in our rearview mirror. On our way home, we stopped at Porky's Bayside Restaurant in Marina and had a really good fish dinner. Overall, we had a great time and we were really happy we visited. The views along the way were stunning, and Key West was a really cool little town to visit. I would definitely go back if we were closer to the area. Some other areas that we visited were Cocoa Beach and the Cocoa Beach Pier. It was cool, but there really wasn't that much to do. We did go into the world-famous Jon Surf Shop, which we've been in before, but it's always cool to visit, and Matt was able to get a really nice sweatshirt. On the way home, we were treated to a really nice sunset, and because Florida is so flat, we had a beautiful view from no matter where we were. Because we'd need a place to launch our wave runners, we wanted to see what the different launches were like, so we stopped by a few and checked them out. This ramp is on the Indian River, and one thing you have to be careful of on the river are manatees. This ramp in Vero Beach was very nice. It had a huge parking lot and a ramp that was not very steep, so we wouldn't have any issues of slipping or hopefully going bloop bloop bloop. Another area that we checked out was DuBois Park in the town of Jupiter. This park is beautiful and it connects the Indian River to the Atlantic Ocean. Unfortunately, that means you have to go out the Jupiter Inlet, and on a day like today, that can create huge waves at the mouth because the tide is going out and the wind is coming from the east, so the water just builds up right at the mouth of the inlet. I think that's one of the reasons why Wavy Boats sometimes records from here. The park itself is absolutely beautiful, and it's probably the prettiest park that we saw while we were here. Another park that we visited was the John D. MacArthur Beach State Park, which is in West Palm, Florida. We first visited this park about 10 or 15 years ago with my in-laws, but Matt didn't remember it, so we wanted to come here again so he could see it. There's beautiful trees that overhang the hiking trails. A boardwalk that's over a quarter-mile long crosses part of the Indian River and leads to a barrier island. And we got to experience a southern Florida rain shower where it's sunny but pouring rain. Another place we visited was the Sailfish Marina Resort in Palm Beach Shores. They have a restaurant, an outside bar, and an area that I think is used for events, but it has a swath of grass that is some of the prettiest I've ever seen. Our flight was leaving later in the day, but we had a couple hours, so we went to the Rich Grissom Memorial Wetlands. This is a wildlife area that has all kinds of birds and alligators and other animals. Nancy needed to go to the bathroom, but we weren't sure how to work these toilets. They were unlike any we've ever seen before. You used to be able to drive through it, but now it's gated and it looks like cars aren't allowed in the area, so we just walked a short distance and then headed back. We were hoping to see some alligators like we did the last time we were here, but unfortunately we didn't see anything exciting except one bird and some ants. On our way back to Nancy's parents' house, we stopped at the Avenue, which is a huge outdoor mall. They had a beautiful 9/11 memorial, and we just drove around to see what the stores were like. Unfortunately, it was time to head to the airport and wrap up a short but enjoyable trip to visit family in Florida. Thanks for watching and have a great day.